Take trips in private dinners just.
The NFL playoffs are here, and this matchup on Wild Card Weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Rams and the Bucs, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Playoff football has come to the west coast of Florida, and we are at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Tonight, it's the second game here on this Wild Card Saturday, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
Games here on this Saturday is as this drive will pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford.
And I have to believe at his age, you savor situations like this because nobody knows better than he does that getting to the playoffs is simply not that easy. This is where he's got to call upon all of his knowledge of all the games he's played in the past, draw from it, and find a way.
And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And able to get this out to the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And, you know, listen, there's two ways to get the number 7 seed. You can back into it or you can charge your way into it and seize it. But ultimately, once you're here, you can throw that out the window. You've got to come to play.
Yeah, you just think of that phrase, any given Sunday or Saturday as the case may be. And even though this is a 2 versus 7 matchup, don't think for 1 second that this game's going to be a pushover. Anything can happen once the playoffs begin.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They run it again with Williams. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Play action. Stafford. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Vita Vea with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick in the 2018 draft, the Oklahoma Sooner, Baker Mayfield.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against the secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
A first carry for Rachaad White. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. They will run with White out of the shotgun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's Byron Young, who ranged in that time and stopped him for a loss. Running out of the gun with White. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. Mayfield on play action. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now Mayfield. Steps away to his left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Over the middle, complete. It's Palmer. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Mayfield down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. First down, here's White. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him now as he has started this wild card round with a flourish. Here's White. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. White diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and it's now 14-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was Rachaad White who wrapped the drive up with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Stafford. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down. Now it's Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back to throw, Stafford. That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. From the 46, here's a 2nd and 4. To the air again, Stafford. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. To the 27-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Throwing is Stafford. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a 1st down. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. From the gun, here's Stafford. Right back to Atwell. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And it is now 21-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. Now the LA offense ready for this next possession. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
They'll go back to Corum on 1st down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap? The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
That is caught, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down. Off of play action, here's Stafford. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Stafford. Now that'll be caught by Cup. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. A nice grab there for a guy coming off a terrific season, one that saw him have over 100 catches.
And when you have that many catches, that means you're a full part of the offense. And let's face it, he's been as good as anyone in the NFL this year. So it figures he's going to play a big role in whether his team can advance in the playoffs.
Here's Ethan Evans now. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
Offense heading back out, and with them comes Rachaad White.
It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
And this is going to be a Bucs first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. He'll buy some time right. It's caught by Mike Evans. And out across midfield down to the 45. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Mayfield looks to throw.
The pass is caught by Cade Otton.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Trey Palmer
from 21 yards away.
And the Bucs continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
McLaughlin for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now the Rams about to go on offense one final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
But first, time to look ahead to Sunday's action here on the NFC side of the bracket. And this one looks like it should be a dandy, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Green Bay Packers. We saw a strong first half out of the former Heisman Trophy winner, Baker Mayfield. He's got a touchdown through the air as his guys have raced out to a gigantic early lead. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half, because this one's already close to being in the bag if it's not already. Plenty of adjustments likely being made by both teams in their respective locker rooms. To find out who advances to the divisional round, let's get you back out to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. There he goes left side. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, we talk a lot about explosive plays on offense. How about an explosive play on special teams? Certainly one there on the kick return for a touchdown. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Rams offense and Matthew Stafford set to take over once again. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They start the second half here with Williams. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues.
Yaya Diaby got in there behind the line and dropped him for a loss on the play.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Stafford.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 44 yards. Now a play fake it at Stafford.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Now Stafford.
Pass complete there to Nakua.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
But down this big, we know that they need touchdowns instead of field goals, but now it's add insult to injury because they can't even get the 3, Charles, on the excellent block there by the special teams.
And it certainly felt to me like the special teams consider themselves an extension of the defense, which has played well for them. They have a nice cushion. They didn't want to allow any points, any opportunity to cut into their lead. A big-time play by those guys on that side of the ball.
They'll start the drive with a give to White. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Opting to run again here with White. Gets around him, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
89 yards rushing for him now as he has been a central figure in trying to get his guys to the 2nd round.
They'll go up the middle with White, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield.
That's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
They defer to White out of the and the ball is knocked out. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Mayfield to throw it. Quick throw, finding Mike Evans. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They run straight ahead here with White. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets them down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now a stoppage, and oh boy, we've got Mayfield shaken up on the play. Now the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. White will score. Touchdown, Buccaneers. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Laughlin for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Rachaad White who wrapped the drive up with a touchdown run. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the Rams getting set to go now. Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the 3rd quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Here's Stafford. And he's got Pierce. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Play action. Stafford. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Here's Stafford. That's quickly to Atwell on the slant. And the Rams are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Back to throw. Stafford to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now Stafford. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Colby Parkinson from 4 yards out. And the Rams are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Extra point attempt here still to come. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Buccaneers offense and running back Rachaad White set to take over again. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll start here with a handoff to White. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. To throw, Mayfield. That's caught down the field by Palmer. Down the right sideline. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Trey Palmer saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Buccaneers add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Well, now how about this return? And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Now it's Stafford. And he checks this one down to Williams. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be 2nd down. Stafford.
Lets one go downfield for Pierce.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Stafford now to throw.
Toward the sideline, intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs are going to take possession here at their own 33. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
They start the drive with White. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
119 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
They stay on the ground with White.
And this is going to be a Bucs first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
And in a situation like this, you're in the second half with the lead, trying to get to the division round. They're going to let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up a first down.
They'll try the right side here with White.
And down to the 41.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Mayfield now. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
From the gun on third down, Stafford.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll fake it. Now Stafford.
He'll get that complete to Parkinson.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. 2nd and 10.
To throw is Stafford.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 17-yard line. Throwing is Stafford. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play.
Well, look, this is a team, Charles. They faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Well, one win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.